Smith.
I'm Caleb Lee Fairclough.
I'm Corbin Lee Fairclough.
Jordan Benjamin Mamano.
Benjamin.
Oh!
Silvestro Achatulo Jr.
Alright,
Yeah.
what do you think of Gangnam Style, good or bad?
Think of what?
Gangnam Style.
I think
Gangnam
it's.
Style,
I think it was awesome when it first came out, and then everyone else in the entire world's like, "Hey, let's do this." And
What is
then
it?
Gangnam Style.
I'd rather have Gandalf style.
What is that?
Gandalf
That's
style.
stupid.
Never
You
mind.
ever seen
Don't-
Gandalf style?
It was good, but it's gotten a
I
little.
don't know. I just think it's pretty dumb. I think it's pretty dumb how people, the kind of people that be like, I don't like metal and heavy music because I don't like when I can't understand the words. And then you watch Gangnam Style and it's like,
I see that post all over Facebook.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. I'm like, ditto.
it's for real.
It's a song by a Korean
Something you
band.
don't want to watch.
Yeah,
Oh, that guy!
It's
Yeah.
very
It's
overplayed.
It's the most
viewed
It looks like Mao Zedong.
Isn't it like the most viewed?
Yeah, it's got like
ever?
some like a billion views or something.
I know, I've never watched it.
What's the
I don't
It
want
made me-
to
it made me feel-
Added like another
It
billion.
made me feel very
What kind of dance is that anyways? That's not even a dance.
Well, he's handcuffed to a horse and it's going.
Okay.
Next.
Alright, what is? Do you have any weird talents?
I do magic and balloon animals. for children's
He actually
birthday
does. It's pretty awesome.
I can quote Star Wars from the beginning to the very end.
I've
All
gotten close.
all of them. Well, maybe not Revenge of the Sith, but I can do the original three all the way through.
Yeah, I can move my ears. It's pretty
Prove
legit.
it.
Oh!
I can also move my ears.
I do magic. He does magic.
I can literally make flatulence noises with my back.
That's awesome.
That's weird.
I can't do anything.
You can scream.
Oh, rah rah.
You have the biggest cat
He can
Like,
do every voice known to man.
yeah, he knows every
That's
Family
why I'm a
Guy.
vocalist, dude.
You know every
Stone
Family
Cold.
Guy.
Stone
Just time!
Okay.
Next.
Alright, what all instruments do you play?
In the band or in general?
In general.
Just vocals.
I play drums, and I've been attempting to play a little bit of guitar, and I've been trying really hard to kind of learn how to sing.
I actually used to play trumpet in middle school. but
I
nobody
did
cares.
too.
It was pretty awesome though, yeah.
I got sick of it and stopped.
Yeah, I got it.
Not my style of music.
I play bass and I for one, and I can play guitar, acoustic and electric. I used to do vocals, do a little bit of vocals.
He does backing vocals for us live too.
And I did my very first band ever. I played drums, and it was awful. That's why he started playing.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's really bad. And then I would love to learn how to play the mandolin, and I have a banjo, and I've attempted to try one.
I learned to play drums first and played for about 2 years, and then I moved to guitar for about 5 years now. And I want to learn to sing, and play piano. But
Yeah, I can play two things on the piano. I play Journey and Coldplay.
I can play. What is that? It's like fingers.
I can play my nose, I can blow it, and I can pick it.
I can't remember. Shut up.
Dude,
Yeah.
Somebody to lean on me. I can play that on piano.
Somebody
Oh,
to lean on. Sly.
Good song.
I can play guitar, do a little bit of vocals here and there. That's about it. And my back.
Yeah.
That's about it.
On the radio.
Have you had any embarrassing stage experiences?
Go for it, Corbin.
Okay, this one I have two, but you go ahead.
I'll tell mine first. I was in a band. Can I say it?
Go ahead.
Shambles.
Our City in Shambles, yeah.
Alright. I was in a band. My previous band was called Our City in Shambles, and I said our name wrong accident. I said Our City in Sandals one time.
At a church.
At a church. We played at church, and my mom was actually in the crowd too.
I think
And
there's peace in there,
And
yeah.
I was just like, I'm sorry, Mom, and she was like, it's okay. She was
And
like,
then our third show ever, as I for one, he got knocked in the head by our bass player.
Yeah, I had to go to the
Our old bass
hospital
player.
right after that.
And he was bleeding all over the stage.
I
I don't know if that's embarrassing, but it's
also pretty metal.
That's pretty metal.
Go ahead.
I can't think of it, so you guys can go ahead.
I used to play in a band called Mana, and I was sick playing at this one show, and so I go do like a body drop, and like my nose had been running, and I see this big thing of snot. it doesn't hit the ground; it just stops like right here, and it just comes right back up and hits me in the face. And then we were playing a show. I was playing another band called Mountains and the Seas, and I'm just getting into it, and I go like this, huge, gigantic rip all the way down my
wait,
leg.
I got one.
Don't pinch your
Okay,
face.
I got one. Whenever I got my car accident, I had to wear a neck brace for a week, and Distance played our last show.
Oh, man, I remember this.
And so I played my first song with the neck brace on, and then I ripped it off and threw it in front of me, and I nailed this chick right in the face. It was all sweaty, and I hadn't washed it in like a week.
You should be like, now who needs
It was a complete accident.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. I felt horrible, but
It was fun.
I did laugh.
Catch.
I don't really think I have any yet.
You broke your strap. That was a
Oh yeah,
lot.
I broke my strap and I had to play like Pelican.
Yeah, that's flamingo.
Yeah,
Flamingo.
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 I actually, let me think. Oh, I had two. I went to, I don't know what I was doing, but I was playing. I went to go swing my head back and I hit a wall. Almost knocked me out. And second, first show I ever played, I go to put my foot on the monitor and brand new monitors. Whew, off the stage, done. Broke it. We didn't play there ever again. That's about it.
Do you have any embarrassing music on your iPhone or iPhone?
Carrie Underwood. Guilty pleasure. To the max.
I have. I don't know. I did have Lady Gaga, but it got.
Dude, Lady Gaga rules.
I had Elton John, but I actually enjoy Elton John.
Elton John rules too.
I had Backstreet Boys for a little while.
I did too.
All right, that's a little.
I had. This is really bad. One Direction.
One
Oh,
Direction.
there was a song by One Direction. I was like,
That's
it's
what
so-
makes you beautiful.
Yes, that song is so catchy. And then this isn't a guilty pleasure, but it's like what's the band Perry, their new single, You Better Dig Too. Oh my God, it's good. And I heard it on the radio. Like heck yeah.
I have some Adele on mine, but Adele's awesome.
Yeah, these are guilty pleasures. These are good artists.
I have Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up.
Dude, yes!
And
That's
Celine
no,
Dion.
dude. I love that.
And Celine Dion.
Oh heck yeah, Celine Dion. Yes, Celine Dion.
They just became best friends.
Celine Dion rules.
What band are you into other than your own?
I'm not into my own band at all, man. That makes you sound really bad.
I really like as far as in our genre or just in general.
Like in general, just like something that you
I listen to a lot of.
Everything.
Yeah, I have a very wide taste. Lately, I've been listening to a lot of the Color Morale of Sleeper. I don't really know For Today. I don't really know. I listen to a lot of stuff. I mean, but other than that genre, I listen to a lot of like not so heavy stuff. I listen to a lot of Thrice, Circus Survive, Boy and Bear, Mumford and Sons, a lot of chill stuff like that. I fall asleep to that.
My favorite band of all time would it's a tie between Every Time I Die and August Burns Red. Every Time I Die is actually why I went and got in my car wreck and had to wear that neck brace because I fell asleep at the wheel coming home from Raleigh and I was hospitalized. And
Oh, that's not fun.
I got a really, really bad concussion. I got kicked out of high school for it.
Yeah.
And then my non-heavy bands, I'm a huge fan. I like Jesus Culture a lot.
Oh heck yeah.
They rule really
Jesus
hard.
Culture
And
I've listened to them before.
Hillsong rules.
Hillsong's
That
awesome.
song's awesome.
My favorite band of all time has to be Thrice.
Woo!
Yeah.
We saw it in their last show in North
I
Carolina.
love them. They're my favorite band, best band ever. I really am. I draw a lot of influence from bands like Advent. I love ABR, and really, really big into Sleeper. Always have been. And there was another one I can't think of. And the Dead. Norma. Thank you.
The Chariot and Norma Jean.
Norma Chariot.
The Chariot, Norma Jean by
The
far.
Jean.
And then like in non-heavy stuff, I'm really into like the Jesus Culture, like Caleb said. I really love Come Now Sleep by As Cities Burn.
Yes.
It's probably
why did I not mention them? Yeah,
probably the masterpiece of albums. And then I recently downloaded something, Paper Route. They're freaking awesome. They're really good. They're really
I
chill.
forgot to mention I see Burn, dude. I love them.
And like My Epic by Means.
Oh
My
yes.
Epic, dude.
Oh my god.
Mine, we actually played with them our last show, Memphis Mayfire. It's probably one of my favorite bands. And yeah, Parkway Drive.
Yeah.
I love them for a long time. And then August Burns Red. Then like the non-heavy stuff, I'd say Mumford and Sons.
Dude, yes.
They're legit. Mumford and Sons is awesome.
Personal.
And then Hillsong, of course, awesome.
I'd have to probably go, I think, in the heavy genre. It's always a tie between Vanna, the Ghost Inside, and the Acacia Strain. Yeah, you guys love them. But not heavy, I'd definitely have to go with the Avett Brothers.
Oh.
Or any sort of, big band swing or classical like Beethoven and Mozart.
Dude, heck yeah, man.
So calming. Hans Zimmer.
Yes.
Did the entire soundtrack
And,
for Pearl Harbor.
And Pirates.
Who's the guy who did the soundtrack for Lord of the Rings? Howard Shore?
Yes.
Oh my god, dude, the Hobbit soundtrack rules.
Yeah, I'm
So
more.
good.
Really odd. I don't like heavy music really unless it's those three bands. Otherwise, I like Anything
or like,
else?
Or era or North
And he likes the. We both like City and Color a lot.
Oh,
Yeah,
City and Color is
Dallas
awesome.
Dallas Green's voice.
Selena Gomez, I will give her that. I like that.
Okay.
Well, next question.
Actually, this could tie in with the guilty pleasure, but Miley Cyrus actually just she's redoing a bunch of old classic country songs. Like she did Dolly Parton's Jolene
Oh.
and killed it.
Dude, Party in the
So-
USA, man.
And it-
OG.
I will say this. My favorite of all guitar players ever to this day, and probably forever, is Jack White. Anything he touches, anything he does, Jack White is the man.
He's getting a lot of footage. We might want to hurry some.
Yeah.
Last question. You're good.
Alright, were you guys all born in NC?
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
Born
No.
and raised.
We got a Yankee in the band. First time ever.
Connecticut.
Well, born and raised NC, proud of it.
Cheer one.
Where were you born?
West Virginia.
West Virginia. Okay.
Almost have.
Next.
What was life like growing up for you guys?
Was what?
Life like growing up for you guys?
Pretty. I mean, nothing like too tragic or anything. I was raised in a typical Christian home and everything with parents. My parents were divorced when I was 5. I mean, it wasn't like anything super dramatic. I don't really remember it that much, but I mean, I've grown up with my mom and stepdad mainly. My dad moved actually to another country a couple years ago. He moved to China actually, and people think I'm Chinese, but I'm not. He moved there for business. He's a professor at a university now there, but. So like he got remarried and I have a Chinese stepmom now and she'll call me and be like, Nora, Nora, you have a good day at school. I'm like, I love you too.
It's 5 in the morning.
They don't say their L.
Why you no call me?
There's no ring.
I feel like I've really had the hand of God on me ever since I was born. Because when I was first born, I was born without lungs, and that was a big experience. And my dad told me the story, but they apparently rapidly redeveloped like right after I came out, and I've been healthy ever since. And same with the car wreck. I should have died. Everyone told me it's a miracle I'm still alive, and it's just been really awesome. And my parents are divorced too, but it's just all of that has really just helped me grow as a person and really just helped me develop my heart for ministry. Yeah.
Well, me and Caleb are obviously brothers. I was actually a very fat baby growing when I came out. I was serious. My mom is like tiny, so I was a fat baby. But me and Caleb have been, our dad is a pastor, he's a minister, and he's been a minister his whole life, and that's all we've ever known is being pastor's kids. And like for a long time, I feel like I didn't like. We come from a split home. Our parents got divorced when I was 13.
I was 7.
Yeah, I was 12. And my dad got remarried about 6 years ago. Our dad got remarried about 6 years ago. He's married this awesome woman. Her name's Marisa. We have 2 little sisters now because of it, Faith and Hope. And like my mom, and she's looking into getting remarried. It's awesome. But what I've really learned from growing up in a Christian home and growing up with a minister father is that I've always had those imprints on me of God, and it's awesome because it's only been like a couple years that I really stepped into that and really felt God's calling on my life and really seeing that ministry is just the best thing ever, and like being able to get up on stage with all these wonderful guys and just like praising the name of God and like worshiping in the way that we like to worship, and like I wouldn't have it any other way. Like we had a great childhood. Our dad has always been so good to us, and our mom too, and just like he's given us good morals. He's always taught us. He's always been there for us, and like me and Caleb owe everything.
I was actually not supposed to happen. My mom's tubes were cut and tied 14 years. For 14 years, like after my sister.
And Jordan's like, whoa.
Here I come.
I got you for 3 minutes.
Yeah,
I watched that movie yesterday.
I've been raised in a Christian home by my mom. She's took care of me all my life, and I owe everything to her for like everything she's done to raise me right into a Christian home and have me in church all my life and playing in the band now at my church. So, yeah.
I didn't know that you were not supposed to have. That's awesome. It's a miracle thing.
Now you are.
I grew up in Connecticut almost my whole life until I was 14. I moved down here, and my family was pretty happy. Never grew up religious or anything. My family was kind of split. My dad, like the Methodist, Protestant, whatever it would be. My mom, all Catholic, and I just felt like neither of them were for me. So I never knew God until I actually moved down here. And up until about maybe 6 months ago, I started to really start feeling the hand of God really just get to me in so many different ways. And my family, they had split. All of us did, and I moved back up to Connecticut on my own when I was 17. and kind of made a life for myself, but it all went back down the drain. Come back here, and everything's pretty much now into a very, very good way. Found these dudes.
Yeah, he's a
And,
very recent member.
Yeah, brand new.
very
Joined,
recent
like, about a
member.
month ago.
This is his first show with us.
Yeah.
Yep, and of course it's like this, and I have not played a show in close to a year.
He's not nervous at all.
Oh,
It's the
no.
first time that Sly's ever going to be up on stage playing the name of God. High five, man. That's
But
awesome.
not the last.
Not the last,
Not
that's
the
true.
last.
That's
I will do
awesome.
that
Not
for
a
the rest of
bias.
My
Tommy gun.
No ring.
Next.
Alright, how did you guys get into music?
Yeah, music. It was kind of an accident. To be honest with you, I really got into. I met this dude actually, Caleb. I met him in high school, and I was like big in like really wanted to do like video and like filming and stuff like that. I mean, like I wanted to do like filming and stuff like that, and not really like
Acting. That was an acting.
yeah, acting and stuff like that. And I met him, and he just like showed me this style of music. And at that time, I didn't like metal or anything at all. I liked like
He took it and ran.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was game over. We showed him. Who did we show him?
Under Oath.
Under
Under
Oath.
Oath was
It
the
was
first band. Under Oath, and I did remember it in August Spencer, and I was
Game
just like,
over. Before then,
before then, I liked stuff like
Avenged
Avenged Sevenfold and like
Disturbed.
Disturbed. And like I don't even know, man.
I'm so
But,
glad you don't anymore.
Yeah. Shut up. No, yeah. So that's pretty much how I got in. And ever since then, it's just kind of expanded.
The drummer at our church gave me my first electric set when I was 10 years old, and it was just 4 electric toms, and I like rigged it to where I had one of the pads on the floor, so I could slap it with my foot to get it to do a bass drum, and it was on a ball, so it like rolled every time. But I started on drumming on that, and yeah, first time I ever played was Back in Black by AC/DC, and then after that we started going to local Christian shows such as Family Force 5 and the Showdown and Disciple.
I never saw the show.
I tried to play one of their songs. But that's just how I got into it, and I've been drumming ever since.
I was 14 or 15 years old. I saw there was a lot going on at the time, but we had a guy living in our basement. He rented an apartment out of our basement. He played guitar at our church, and like I became friends with him. And he started like, guitar's fun. And I was like, oh no, dude, I like sports. I don't want to do that. I was playing basketball at the time. There's nothing wrong with sports. Don't get me wrong. No, there's nothing wrong. I love
Up the
sports.
streets of Greenwich.
But at the time, I was like, no, I'm gonna play basketball. I don't want to play guitar. And I just kind of put it on my mind. And then I saw this video of AC/DC playing live at Donington. And I was like, oh my God, this is so awesome. And then it piqued my interest for music. So I started listening to more music. I started listening to more like classic bands. And then it was a night, me and him went to this place called Cafe Jam. We saw.
Seven Method and Smoking.
No, it wasn't that. It was Family Force 5. Did you go to that show?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry to say, so it's Family Force 5. It was back when they were like their first album. And the
Good
place,
album.
yeah, and it was packed. I mean, packed. And these kids were going nuts. And they were a Christian band, and they were just like into it. And I was like, oh, I want to do this. This is awesome. And then I went home and started. I was like, Dad, I want a guitar. I got an acoustic guitar, and I started playing. And then not too long after that, I was like, Caleb, we're doing this. And me and him have been playing music together ever since.
I've actually wanted to play drums ever since I was really little. Like, I'll go to a church and I'll see a drum set and I'll just go up there, yeah! Didn't know what I was doing, but it was awesome. Then I got my first acoustic guitar, which was terrible because it was the first act. But then I really got into it, like, when I was about 12, I learned to play drums. And then 14, I guess, or 13, I learned to play guitar, and I'm still doing that. That's pretty much.
Doing very well at it.
Thank you, sir.
Very well.
He's a very good,
Yeah, Jordan.
When I was about 10, I thank my grandfather for getting me into music. Like, if it's literally the one thing this man's ever done for me was get me into music. He gave me a guitar that he had. Like, it was something they don't even make anymore. It was like something the Beatles used, like Silverton or something like that. And the amp was actually built inside of the case. And he gave it to me when I was like 10 years old, and I played it a little bit here and there, didn't know what I was doing. But I've been playing, and then I put it down for a while and picked everything back up when I was about 14. So I've been playing for close to 6 years now straight, and I was in a couple bands before, and now I'm here, so it's pretty sweet.
Alright, where do you get your inspiration from?
Jesus.
We are not a Christian band. in case you
Jesus.
don't- No.
Like,
we
do you
are.
mean like role models or people who like we strive to be like?
Like
as
role
in
models.
Musicians? Okay, I can do this.
Musicians or just in general?
I got this. All right, Matt Griner from Oxford Red is my
Woo!
hero. I think he's the greatest guy in the entire world and one of the best drummers of all time. Other than him is Aaron Spears, who is the drummer for American Idol, and he was the original drummer for the Backstreet Boys. He's now
Woo!
drumming for Usher. Fantastic. I've never seen someone be able to drum like him, and they're amazing. Other than that, like role models, just like my dad and my brother and all these guys. They pushed me to play so much harder. And my girlfriend.
Maybe I don't want to keep you.
Alright.
We've been talking a lot.
Yeah. We
How did the band come about?
How'd the band come about?
Well, actually,
I have no idea.
Was it actually-
funny thing, the
band kind of
last.
came about.
Oh, can
Hey,
I tell the
hey.
story? Because there was a big split between me and everybody.
Yeah, that's true. We can.
That's me.
Except for
Jordan.
Jordan had nothing to do with it. Me and Caleb used to play in a band called Distance.
Nolan was on RC and Shambles.
And Nolan's on RC and Shambles.
Sitting rambles. What?
And we had some drama that popped up in Distance, and
Both bands.
and every like all three of us, we've all known each other for years, and we've all been really good friends. And we had some, and you still have to interrupt. And we were playing in Distance, and we were loving it. Nolan was really starting to get into. He was leading Shambles, and he was doing an awesome job. Like we're all having fun, playing together and stuff. And then we had some drama in Distance, and right at that time, we played our last show. Nolan, his band broke up.
Yeah, we played our last show.
For today. Their farewell show was for today.
Yeah.
And our farewell show was at the end, and at that same time, I started playing in a band called Search for Skylight. And it was just this big transition in everything. And then Caleb and Dolan and then our buddy Austin were like, let's start a band. And they went through a couple of guitar players, and Nolan was like, hey, I know this guy named Jordan. He wants to play.
Hey.
And so he came in and started playing at our house, at our parents' house. And then they wrote Territories, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's when Territories. First song was Territories.
At 5 minutes.
Yeah. And then after that,
why-
we had two shows that Austin couldn't play bass. I was like, hey, can I fill in? And then Austin stepped out,
And he just.
and then I joined in.
So
and
it's kind of like an accident.
it was an accident, yeah.
But it's kind of like we all kind of pulled together.
And it's been awesome. Like it's been awesome playing with you guys. It's been awesome that it happened. And Sly, this was kind of cool because we'd been playing shows as a 4-piece, and Jordan was getting a little frustrated because he has these awesome lead lines that he wanted to play, and we couldn't do it without a rhythm So we're like, let's start like getting an idea for a rhythm player, and then it was literally a godsend because like I think it was a week later. He messaged me on Facebook and was like, hey man, we went to high school together. You got any bands I could probably try out for? I was like, well.
Funny that you asked.
Wow. And the rest is history, man. It's awesome. It was a good accident.
Alright, let's hear this.
What does it feel like to already be opening for some of the biggest bands in this genre?
It definitely feels like a surprise because it's still not. Because I remember listening to some of these bands, like We Came as Romans is actually one of the first bands I listened to whenever I got into the genre of music just a few years ago. And I was just like, dude, they're good. I was like, oh, hopefully, like I never dreamed of like, oh, maybe share the stage with them. And actually this past December of 2012, we played the Outbreak tour with Asking Alexandria, As Lay Dying, Memphis Mayfire, I See Stars, and Attila, and that, like, Asking Alexandria is like one of the biggest bands in like the genre, so we never dreamed that would happen. And that just kind of came upon as like an opportunity, and I was like, y'all trying to play with Asking Alexandria? And so we hopped on it, and so ever since.
He's being modest. This man has been working his butt off since he joined this band. He's being so modest. This guy works harder than any person in this genre.
Oh.
He works his butt off. We do all the we just get the joy of playing with him, and like he works his butt off for this. And literally, I think it's a mix of Nolan being awesome at what he does, and literally God's hand has been working with us. It's been God's favor.
Well,
and it's literally just,
when you put it that way.
and then seriously, he's being modest. Like he works his butt off, and then on top of that, God has opened these doors for us, and Nolan has been the one that gets to send it out. And you forget we got to play with Norma Jean.
We gotta play with Norma Jean.
Norma
To
Jean.
go see some. Yeah. It's like 30 degrees out here.
Okay, keep going.
Alright.
Sorry, but yeah.
What is Act 1 all about? What do you stand for?
Jesus Christ. Definitely.
Jesus.
We want to be more than
Jesus.
just a typical Christian band, though. We don't just want to like stand up there and talk about it. We want to actually go out there and like talk to people and like show them that it's not just like a bunch of kids on a stage like pretending like we're better than everyone else. We want to actually be like, we want to be your friends. We want to let you know that there's hope and love out there, and we want to show you, something other than
also we also strive for truth. There's a lot of cookie cutter Christian bands out there that will use the name of Christ as a gimmick or as a sell point, or like, hey, come to our shows. We're actually fully believe, without a shadow of a doubt, that we are saved and Jesus is our Lord and Savior. Every single one of these guys participates in the church somewhere or somehow. Me and him, he leads at your church in High Rock. I'm the youth pastor. Hope, he's the children's minister. He's been doing the children's ministry. And Sly, this guy, this is the new baby, but he's going to find his role, and he's awesome. It's like, and we strive for truth. We strive for truth and also love. So, we're going to tell you, and that's exactly what Nolan said. And it's awesome.
How many years have you been playing your instruments?
5.
5 or 6, maybe 6.
2.
What inspired you to chase after a career in music?
Career? Are we doing a career?
Career. I guess. Whenever we start getting paid, dude.
That's when it becomes a career.
Crouton from Family Force 5. I saw him when I was like 13 years old, and I was like, oh my god, this is the coolest guy ever.
Would you call this a career? I consider it more of a way,
an opportunity.
An opportunity.
ministry.
Yeah, it's not a career.
It'll hopefully become
A passion.
It's a passion. It's a ministry.
I basically learned that I sucked at in all sports, so I just like, maybe this will work out.
We're not doing it because of be rock stars or try to persist. We want to do this to give back our talents to God and also try to reach people.
Yeah.
In a much different way than gospel
It's
bands
so
do.
cold. Next.
How did you come up with the name I For One?
Seriously, one of our members go, hey, what about I For One? We sat in the circle trying to figure out names, and he just goes,
No joke, dude.
I for one believe. Wait a minute.
No, the guy you was talking about earlier, Austin, who played bass for us first, he was like, well, I think that, and I think one of us was mocking him. We were like, well, I for one thing, and we were like, dude, let's do that.
I for one.
Yeah.
And we all individual one of us are for one call.
Yep.
That's how I justified it. It was funny. It was an accident.
Any plans for new material or upcoming shows?
We have an EP coming out soon. Can't really announce that yet, but we are dropping a new single this week.
This week.
This week. We just recorded with Tell About Sid.
We recorded with Sid Menon in Winston-Salem. We're probably gonna get it mastered by Jamie King.
We haven't got that far yet.
We haven't got that far yet, though. But
We're getting there.
we're getting there, though. But we're dropping a new single this week, and for those of you, I don't know who's watching, knows of all the viewers at home. We have a single out earlier that we dropped called Territories, and it's like people say that that's good, and we listened to like the new single that we recorded, and compared to that, and just like we were like, dude, we were so much better.
Caleb's been doing studio and video blogs, kind of keep everybody updated.
Yeah.
And
So
we all
we'll
have Twitter and
Instagram.
we have Instagram, Twitter.
Facebook is like our main tool, but like we have Twitter, Instagram.
Follow us
tag
on Instagram.
I for one NC. It's real simple.
Next question.
But yeah.
That's it.
You sneaky devil.
All right.
That was
Nice
awesome.
meeting you, sir.
Thank you.
How long was that?
That was a long time.
28
minutes.
28 minutes.
Yeah,
record.
Hopefully I don't have to edit it.